Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this new show that I'm trying, a Q&A show, the Cockney Gooner Unfiltered. So this is going to be speaking your mind, no beating around the bush, answering questions. I must say that I'm not going to be speaking anything about the player from Arsenal that has, had charges brought against him. I can't comment on that. Social media restrictions. There's a trial apparently set. I'm not sure of any dates or anything. So any questions about that player, I can't really comment on. So hopefully I won't be getting any questions on there. If I do, I'll just kindly say that I can't. I mean, I could get in a lot of trouble, could jeopardise the trial, all sorts of things. So I can't really commentate on anything like that. But this is a show for you to ask the questions and me to answer. I speak my mind. Hi, John, in the chat. How you doing? John Ronan in the chat. How you doing, sir? I hope you're well. So anything that's been going on during the week. So this is not going to be a set date for these shows. It's going to be random. I'm testing it out. I'm trying to see if they kick off or not. So this is what I'm going to be doing tonight. So I'm just going to hang about. As long as I've got people in the chat, I will stay online. So questions for everybody out there as well. John Davies, how you doing, John? How you doing, sir? Stefan Ortega in the chat. How you doing? Nice to see familiar faces, or not faces, but familiar commentator. What do I call them? Subscribers, I should say. Sorry, in the chat. So we're going to be talking about the news that's been going on this week as well. The latest that's come out today is some great news. John saying, all bro, so looking forward to the season. Gyökeres coming in. Yes, this is what I was going to mention, John. Gyökeres. Looks like the deal is going to happen. Apparently, it's motoring forward. All the big journos come out and said, yeah, look, his personal terms have been agreed, which we sort of already knew. And it's moving forward with Sporting Lisbon with a transfer fee as well. And apparently, Gyökeres is taking a €2 million deduction, like less from his wages to get the deal done and dusted. So his wages are going to be €2 million less than what he's already got at Sporting Lisbon. Now it can't be that much money really compared to players like nowadays. I still think it's going to be in the region of about 180, 200,000 a week. I should imagine so. When you've got a player like Kai Havertz on 280, he's got to be up there with the top earners still, but original wages or whatever it is going to be apparently. I don't know how true it is, but Fabrizio Romano has said it, so there's got to be some truth to it. It's going to be 2 million less than what he's on. What he's on already. So I mean, that's great news. That means he really wants the club. He really wants to come. Have you seen play? I remember at commentary. Have I seen him play? I think I have. I can't really remember. I've seen him play for Sporting Lisbon. I've seen him play in the Champions League. He's done it at that level. People are saying he's not going to be good enough for the Premier League. It's a different league to the Portuguese league. I get that, but he's done it in the Champions League. He's done it in Europa League. He's done it for Sweden. At international level. People are moaning, he can't head the ball. Who gives a shit? He can't head the ball. So what? We've got other players that can head the ball. He can finish with his left and right foot deadly, mate. He's deadly. And he's going to be up front all the time. He's going to be, unless instructed by Arteta to drop, to say deep or to play over on this side or that's whatever, he should be up front, a vocal point, a fox in the box is what we've been missed. Like, the old Franny Jeffers, when Wenger bought Franny Jeffers, called him the fox in the box. Didn't really work out for him. But I mean, he's going to be a player that's going to be in the box. He can. We haven't had a striker like that. We haven't had a striker like that for at least 3 years. I don't even think Aubameyang was really like that, even though he got a few goals. There's quite a few goals, I should say. He tended to play or drift to the left a little bit, or he was instructed to play come in from the left-hand side. Lacazette as well. Lacazette, he just missed that little bit of quality in finishing. He was a good finisher. He was a good striker for us, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to put him down or anything, but I mean, he wasn't deadly. He wasn't prolific. Gyökeres has been prolific for 2 years out in Portugal. I get the argument about him being Portugal being like not the league's not being as good as ours in the Premier League. But I mean, if he gets the opportunities and the chances in the box, he's going to finish them. No, surely. Let's have a look at the chat. Let's see what John Davis saying. So it should use to play. So it should used to play for Coventry. Got to prove it. Used to play for Coventry. He went out on loan to a couple of clubs, didn't he? As well. But yeah, he played in the Championship, mate. His last season, he scored about 20 goals in the Championship. And Championship ain't that a more physical league than the Premier League? In my opinion, it is. Trying to think if he played for Coventry against Tottenham in the FA Cup that year. I can't remember, John, to be honest. I can't remember. He may well have done. Obviously, Stefan, rest in peace, Jota. Yeah, we, last Thursday on the Red Report show, I done a little eulogy for him. I don't know if you saw it. I done a little right at the start of it. I done a little minute silence and a little read. I wrote something out and I read something out for him. Yeah, God bless him, man. God bless him. Leaves behind him three children and a new wife. I know it's his wife who's been with us since he was 16. Like 15 years or whatever they was together, but they was only got married 10 days before the tragic accident. And they've already had the funeral. I think the funeral was yesterday, I believe. The funeral's already happened. They don't mess around, do they? Not like over here when you got 2 or 3 weeks later. Yeah, so, I mean, that's great, fantastic news coming in that it looks like Gyökeres is going to be the guy up front for Arsenal next season. I'm so excited about that. But something I'm not excited about is the Madueke rumours. Apparently, we're putting an offer for him. He wants Arsenal. Personal terms have been accepted, which I can't believe. I can't believe what I'm hearing, and it is frustrating when we've got a player like Ethan Nwaneri who wants more game time, who wants to stay at Arsenal, but he wants to be guaranteed some playing time. Obviously, I understand that he's a fantastic player. I mean, he could be covered for Saka. We're apparently going to be bringing in Madueke to cover for Bukayo Saka, but would that push sort of Nwaneri out of the way a little bit? I am a little bit concerned about that. But he can play in the middle as well. He can play in the number 10. He can play up front. So there is options for him to stay at the club and stay there. But, I mean, this Madueke, Noni Madueke coming in from Chelsea as well, 50 million. They're thinking of paying him 50 million. What's that going to do? That's just going to fund them because they're after Kudus from West Ham. It's just going to help them buy Kudus. And Kudus is a better player than Madueke. So why don't we just leave him out, drop him out, another reject from Chelsea. Chelsea obviously want to offload him. And we're going to buy Kudus. Why not? I mean, the rumours with Ebenezer Eze coming, I'm happy with him as well. Eze can play the 10, he can play on either wing. I think he's more of a number 10 though myself. And I want that to happen, and I'll be over the moon with if that does happen, it'd be a fantastic signing for us. As well as Rodrigo. There's rumours Rodrigo wants Arsenal, and also there's a lot of players that apparently want to come and play for Arsenal. But I'm concerned about this Madueke one. I don't want him. No fan I've seen online or that I know wants this Madueke, Noni Madueke especially from Chelsea. It's just going to help Chelsea buy who they want. It's just going to give him money. They're going to earn off him. They paid about 25 million for him, I believe, when they bought him a couple of years ago. And they're going to double their money on him, and they're going to be able to buy a player like Kudus from West Ham. Which why are we helping Chelsea do that? Why are we taking the shit a lot of top gooners are saying about he's a decent player. He's not. He's if he was a decent player, Chelsea would want to keep him. No, what do you think about that? Let me know in the chat. Get your questions in the chat. This is going to be a Q&A, unfiltered. The Cockney Gooner unfiltered. So John's saying, so where does that leave Jesus, Trossard, Havertz, Martinelli could leave? Right, Martinelli, I don't want him to leave either, but apparently there's interest from Bayern Munich and the Saudi league. I can't remember what club it is now. It's Al Hilal or one of the clubs. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's the one that Ronaldo plays for. I did do a video about that, but they're looking at offering about 75 million for him, and I really, really don't want him to leave. But he could leave. I mean, Arsenal might snap up that 75 million to fund maybe the move for Rodrigo. But I mean, if I'm going to get any player off of, from the left, off of out of our club, sorry, it would be Trossard. It would be Trossard. I would rather sell Trossard than Martinelli. And Jesus is injured still to the end of next season, to the January, I think. Sorry, take that back. It's January, I believe he's out too. So he's still out for another 6 months. I mean, can we just cancel his contract like we did with Tommy Arsu? We might have to do that. Havertz for me is not justifying his wages. Absolutely not justifying his wages. He's the highest earner at the club apparently on about 280 a week. And come on, man, he's not, even when he's playing, he's not good enough. It's for me. There is interest, apparently. However, there is interest in Everts. I think we should look into that. There's some interest in Germany. I think we should look into that and try and offload him. Bringing in Gyökeres would leave them two battling for that number 9 position, and I think Gyökeres wins it hands down easy. I mean, if he gets a little knock or something, maybe Havertz could do a job there. But when you've got a player on 280 grand a week, you don't want him sitting on the fucking bench being a backup for another striker, do you? So you've got to look into. It's not feasible, in terms of financial. The club's finances. I'll get my words out in a minute. So yeah, I think we should look to offload Havertz as well. Eze could sign as well, Lee. What I'd say, if mate, we get Rodrigo, we get Eze, we get Gyökeres. We've already got Zubimendi confirmed today as well. Another bit of breaking news confirmed today. Zubimendi was officially unveiled, and the shirt and everything. So that's done. 65 million euros from Real Sociedad. So at least that's done. We knew it was done from January, really, but you got to wait till they're holding up the shirt and they've got the picture signing the contract. Arteta won't know who to start. He start his favourites, wouldn't he? He'll start. Happy birthday for tomorrow to Stefan. Happy birthday, young man. Hope you enjoy your day. I agree, Lee. Chelsea player, not good. He's not that great, is he? Man, I can't understand what Arteta sees in him. And coming from Chelsea again as well, what's the obsession with Chelsea players? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Chelsea goalkeeper we have signed seems good. Johnny was the most expensive keeper in the world when Chelsea signed him. Kepa, I can't say the other name. I'm not even going to attempt it, but they signed him. They signed him for about 75, 80 million. And then, he didn't cut the mustard. That was a bad deal for them. And we got him for 5 million, but we needed a backup. It is a bit thingy, him coming from Chelsea again as well. But he had a good season on loan last season, didn't he? So, he's got the Premier League experience. He'd be a good backup if he's happy to be there as a backup for Raya. Then all right, he might play in the cup games. And he's a decent keeper, I suppose, but not worth the 70 or 80 million whatever Chelsea did pay for him in the first place. But is he worth 5 million? Yeah, absolutely. He's worth 5 million. Excuse me. What side would you start, Lee, when the signings come in? What side would you start? Well, you're saying what my team selection would be when the signings come in. Well, I would change the formation to a 4-2-3-1 first of all, and you'd have the double pivot with Zubimendi and Rice. The back four picks itself, right? You've got Timber right, but you've got Raya in goal, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Miles Lewis Skelly is your keeper and your back four. In the double pivot in the 4-2, so the two midfielders would be Rice and Zubimendi, with Rice being more advanced, and then the three would be Saka on the right. Hopefully, it's going to be Eze in the middle, number 10, and Rodrigo on the left, and then Gyökeres up front as the striker. That is what I would do. That team, come on, man. That team is a Premier League winning team. And then you've got the players on the bench. You've got a strong bench. Odegaard will be on the bench. He had a shit season last year. I would take the captaincy off him as well and give it to Rice. The debate's out there. Would you give it to, if you stripped Odegaard of the captaincy, who would you give it to, Rice or Gabriel Magalhaes in defence? So there is a little bit of 50-50 on that one. So there'd be one would be the captain, one would be vice captain. There was a time when there was 5 captains at the club, and the captain consortium or whatever it was called. But there'd be my choice of captain and vice captain. But I'll lean more towards Declan Rice to be the actual captain, and then the backup or the vice captain would be Gabriel Magalhaes. So, but that team there, mate, and and then on the bench you have your Odegaard and Trossard and Martinelli, and you've got Kiwior on the bench, Ben White. The bench would look a lot stronger as well. And if you want to do something a little bit different, you could bring a Martinelli on, a Trossard on. It's good there. But I mean, then you've got Moreno as well. You've got Havertz that can play. You can change the game, do different. You're playing different teams. You need different approaches. You could utilise players like that. I just think that would be amazing. Zinchenko's still at the club. I'm not sure if he's leaving. So there's another one. We might be able to play Zinchenko in midfield like he plays for the Ukraine. It could be good, man. But we still need to get these deals done and sorted. And we're going to go away on the pre-season tour soon. And I think our first game on the tour is against AC Milan. I'd like to see all the business done, but the Rodrigo deal, won't be sorted out until after the Club World Cup. So he might not be going with straight. And then they're going to need their break, their holiday as well after the Club World Cup, because Rodrigo's gone there with Real Madrid, although he ain't played a lot of football. He come on the other day, didn't he, for about 3 or 4 minutes towards the end of the game, and he never played in the 2 or 3 games previous to that. He was on the bench for the whole time. So, I mean, his head's turning. He's getting the needle with that. I mean, Mbappe did come on and scored a wonderful goal, as it happens, the other day in that game. But against Bayern Munich, but he hadn't been playing. He'd been ill. He had a sickness or something, and he plays on the left. So does Rodrigo. Rodrigo wasn't even getting on the left then. They was using other players there. I know Jude Bellingham played on the left for one of the games, and some other players were playing in front of Rodrigo. So he wants game time. He wants to play football, and apparently he's open to coming to Arsenal. And after the Club World Cup, I've heard as well that he could be handing in a transfer request to force the move. So that could be a blinding deal for Arsenal. Can you imagine that front three? with Saka, Rodrigo, and Gyökeres. If you play in the 4-3-3 like Arteta has been, but even in the 4-2-3-1 with Eze behind Gyökeres and Rodrigo and on the left and Saka on the right. This is going to look back to front as I'm doing left. That looks to you looks like I'm pointing to the right hand side, but it's not. It's my left. I noticed back to front on there, so that might be a bit confusing. Yeah, mustard, John. That would be mustard, wouldn't it? Start our games next. Start our tour games next or so. AC Milan, Tottenham. PSG will. PSG look good, didn't they? PSG, they're brilliant. They're brilliant. I love their winger. I would love to sign their winger, Kvaratskhelia. I think he is fucking amazing, and they've got some great players there. They're playing very well now. They're playing very, very well. Yeah, they win the Super Cup. They'll probably win this Club World Cup as well. I fancy them to win it. Yeah. We will see, John Rowan. This, John Davis is a Tottenham fan. Yeah, John Davis is a Tottenham fan. So there was a couple of little things I wrote down. I think I've actually mentioned them all. Anything else you want to talk about in the chat? Anything else? Any questions you've got for me? Because this is an unfiltered Q&A. These shows are not going to be every Sunday. There will be a 10 o'clock show, but it won't be confirmed every Sunday. It's going to be once a week, hopefully, when I get the time, when I can do it. I'm going to try and keep it as a late night show because the unfiltered shows, when you get the unfiltered shows on TV and stuff like that, it's they're all late night shows. So hopefully we get some people who's just laying in bed before they go to sleep without looking at their phones. They might come across the show and chip in and have a little look and see what's going on, see what's occurring. Let's have a little walk. We flash Cockney walk, as Mickey Flanagan calls it. So yeah, let's have a little gander here in the comment section. Oh yes, Johnny boy. We will discuss it after it's played. Having a bit of banter in the chat there. Going to be hardly for tickets. This to get going. What to be mad at? It's going to be hard to get tickets. You mean, John? Yeah, it's going to be hard to get tickets. But what you're talking? Yes, listen. The Emirates Cup. That's when that comes up in August. I think that comes up, doesn't it? Beginning of August or something. The Emirates Cup. When that comes up, we've got these players, mate. We've got the Gyökeres, we've got Rodrigo, we've got Eze. It's going to be so hard to get tickets for that, bro. You're right there, mate. I tell you, it's going to be hard. You're going to have to fucking try and buy them early before we get these players. But we need to get these players sorted. We need to get it all confirmed. We want to get it done and dusted early. Jose Mourinho was a master at that, at Chelsea. When he was at Chelsea, I remember he used to get when summer transfer window open, he used to go boss, get it all done. Why is it always Arsenal? Listen, I ain't being funny, right? But why is it always Arsenal? We have to wait weeks and weeks and weeks for signings. Look how long we was chasing Declan Rice for. Look how long we was chasing other players for, and sometimes they get confirmed right near the end of the window, and it's so fucking annoying, mate. It takes so long for Arsenal to get anything sorted out. Seems a little bit better with Berta in control. I know, like we went through the month of June without getting really much confirmed. Well, nothing really was confirmed officially until like the beginning of this month. Like, when we got Kepa wasn't confirmed until I think it was the 2nd of July, wasn't it? And it's fine that they're putting it down to this financial window. But why is Liverpool and Man City buying players in June? I get that they might have had money, Liverpool anyway, might have had money to spend up until the end of the financial year, which would have been the 30th of June from last season. But Man City, surely to God, couldn't have. They spent money in January. They spent money last summer. They spent money in the first part of the transfer window. From the the first week of the transfer window. Then they had to stop it for a week because of the Club World Cup for whatever reason that was. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that Man City and Liverpool was buying players then. So, but I can't understand why Man City was able to buy players. What's going on with them? What is going on with this 115 charges? Why are they? But they must be so confident that they're going to get away with it that they're spending fucking 200 million this season, this summer. It's a madness to me. I don't understand it. Really don't. I don't get it. I think they're going to get out of it. I think they're definitely going to get out of it. 100%. They might get a fine. They won't. Other clubs like Lyon in France, they've been relegated because of for whatever reason, must be financial reasons. Will they relegate Man City out of the Premier League? I doubt it very much. I doubt it. The money that they generate, sponsorships and etc. And there wasn't always a great big club like this, was they? I mean, before they got the money, before they got Sheikh Mansour's money, that they was nothing. They was bad. They was getting relegated. They was up and down in the leagues a bit, weren't they? They were rubbish, mate. Let's have a look. Yeah, keep an eye on the website. I'll let you know. Cheers, John. Let me know. Let's have a look. Listen, my Twitter was absolutely popping today. It was just going bang, 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 bang. Ben Jacobs, Fabrizio, fucking David Alstein, but then the other Arsenal fans retweeting everything. My fucking thing, my phone was going sick. It was going mental. Sounds like a cartel system, Lee. It's mental with this Man City. We better get Madueke. We better not get Madueke. I read that wrong there, Gooner Gargamel. We don't need him. We've got Ranieri. We don't need, and he can only play right wing. He's not. I've not. I, you know, I've not seen anybody else talk about him playing anywhere else, like being versatile, can play the 10 in the left, like a lot of players that we've got can. I don't see the sense in it. And as I said, Gooner Gargamel, as I said at the beginning of the show, I said all we're doing is funding Chelsea's pursuit of Kudus from West Ham. If we give them 50 million for Madueke, they're just going to put that towards buying Kudus. I think Kudus is open to a move to Spurs now. I've heard, John, you might be happy to know, John Davis. I've heard he might be open for a move, but I'm not sure why he would want to go to Spurs. But I mean, West Ham were better than Spurs last year. I know they won the Europa League, but I mean, in terms of the Premier League, they was better than Spurs. But mind you, Spurs have got a new manager. They've got Thomas Frank, so a great manager at Brentford, brought Brentford up, but turned him into quite a good team, but like a powerhouse in the Premier League, and they had a good season with them. I mean, they're being decimated at the moment, aren't they? We've got their captain Norgard, which is another underwhelming signing, but maybe we're just getting. Do you know what I think we're doing with the Kepa and the Norgard and hopefully not Madueke, but Madueke is buying all the backup players first. Like you go out for a meal, for example. You go out for something to eat. You have your starter first, and then you have your main meal. Yeah, you might be getting the players that your side dishes first before you go and buy your main targets. And the main targets has got to be Eze, Rodrigo, and Gyökeres. Gyökeres is motoring forward apparently, so I am over them. I am fucking buzzing with that. I'm gassed with Gyökeres. I didn't want Sesko either. I did not want Sesko. RB Leipzig have priced themselves out of us going to sign Sesko now. And the alarm bells rung when it come out that he wants a release clause in his contract. That to me, that just proves that he wouldn't be committed. And we'd also know that his long-term ambition is to go and play for Real Madrid. That's that's what he really wants to do. So say he come to the club, had a blinding season, his first year, scored 20 goals, 25 goals, whatever, hit the ground running, set the Premier League alight. That release clause, Real Madrid would go, well, fuck me, well, look at him, he's had a blinder in the Premier League as well, bash, invoke the release clause and he's gone, boom, he's gone. to me, that shows that he's not fully committed. Gyökeres, on the other hand, has made it absolute public knowledge that he wants Arsenal. Apparently, he's turned down Man United. Apparently, he's turned down Juventus. Whole host of other clubs interested in him. He's come out and made a video himself saying, "I want to come to Arsenal." Like, basically, come and get me. He's taking a €2 million wage cut to help Arsenal with, to help towards facilitating the move. So the price, like Arsenal, like they're haggling over the price, but there is an agreement apparently close. There's an agreement close, and this is going to happen, mate. This is going to happen. We're going to get Fabrizio Romano is basically saying, "Here we go." And if you follow the football fan base, if you know about the Fabrizio Romano, the journalist, one of the top transfer journalists out there, along with Ben Jacobs and David Ornstein, Florian Plattsburgh, a few others. But Romano, when he says, like, he said, "Here we go," about the Zubamendi deal months ago. So, he normally knows. He's got some sort of inside knowledge. I don't know. There's moles about or whatever that he's got links with, his contacts, whatever he's got. But he generally knows. And when he says, he said, like, he didn't say it was a here we go. He said, but there's got to be a here we go. So take from that what you will. But I've took it that we're definitely going to get Gyökeres, and I'm fucking buzzing. I'm gassed over it. There are better players than Kudos out there. Not Kudos to me. Kudos. No, I'm saying that Chelsea are going for him. Chelsea are interested in him, and so oh yeah, sorry, you're Spurs, isn't you? What am I talking about? Yeah, Spurs. Spurs are interested in him. Think Sesko is a no. Absolutely, he's a no-go. City, what are you saying, John? City will get off all day long. Yeah, we all know it, don't we? We know it. Not for 100%, but I can't see why they're allowed to still be spending money. They spent money in January. They bought that Mamouche in January. He wasn't supposed to be going to the club to this summer, but they managed to get him in January. Something Arsenal needed. Arsenal needed a striker in January. We didn't get anybody. Then later on after that, he said, "Listen, we're going big in the summer." This will prove it. This will restore faith that they're not lying to us. They're not gaslighting us all the time. If we get all these players that we're linked to, like if we get the Rodrigo, the Eze, Gyökeres is coming. We're getting Gyökeres. We've already got Zubamendi. Class player. I've seen him play a couple of times. I must admit that I will call him a class player off the back of what I've heard from other YouTubers and journalists and pundits and that. For my own peepers, I've seen him play a handful of times, and I do think he's a good player. I do, but obviously you have to watch a player for a lot more than 4 or 5 times before you know for sure how good he really is. You can watch these mock-ups reels that they show you and they make them up. But you can make any player look good like that on one of them highlight reel things. You could make the worst player you've ever seen. You could make anybody. You could make me look like a baller with highlight reels like that. You know what I mean? So I don't really take much notice of them. You have to watch a player over a course of a game, over a course of a few games, and then you can make your mind up. Obviously we haven't got the privilege of seeing him in training. So when I used to coach the kids team, you see him in training. So who can play. By the way they train. What foot they're best at. what their strengths and what their weaknesses are. But you see that in the training, and you can't really tell how good a player is unless you're doing that, watching them train every day and watching them play. And the way we get to see footballers as fans is just watching them play football. So it takes a lot longer for you to realise how good they really are. That's the point I'm trying to make. So what I'm talking about is Mendy. I'm going off the back of what I've heard from what other people are saying mainly, but I have seen him play a few times. I think he played well against Portugal in the Nations League. I thought he played some good. He played some good football in that game. Played some good passes, made some good tackles. He was in some good positions, and I was excited to see him play because I knew he was coming to Arsenal, so I took more notice of him. So I was basically watching him on purpose. I'm not really watching. I was watching the game, but I was concentrating on watching how he plays. And yeah, I think he'd compliment Rice fucking brilliant. Rice is now used to getting more forward. A lot of people were saying about how he's a 6, not an 8. But I think Rice can play both roles very well. He's competent at both. Is he better at the 6 or the 8? I think he played well in the 8 position. I think he played. Oh, listen, it's hay fever. I think he played very well in the 8, yeah, and he played a lot of that sort of box to box number 8 last season for us, and he was my player of the season. So that tells you, that tells you everything you need to know. I think, Rice in the 8, the double pivot, one sits, one goes. They cover each other. But Mendy will be sitting more than Rice, and Rice will be joining the attack a lot more than Mendy will. And Mendy can recover, he can tackle. I'm excited to see that. Now we need to polish it off with the attack. We need to get the attack sorted. And Gyökeres, it's just the start of it. And to get the left wing sorted out, and an Eze as well, like an attacking midfielder. Eze or Morgan Rogers, even. I think Morgan Rogers is brilliant as well. Apparent links to him, but I've not heard a lot of noise about that for a little while. There was something did come out about interest in Morgan Rogers a couple of weeks ago, but I've not heard anything more since. To be fair, John saying even this Brentford player we're getting no guard. What, John? We've got Norgard from Brentford. Yeah, is that what you mean? Yeah, we got. He was their captain last year. I don't know if he was their captain for longer than last season, but he was their captain last year. He's another player, at number 6. He's going to be back up for Zubimendi. He's going to be back up for Zubimendi. If he gets a knock, gets a little injury, or he wants to change things around. I'm not quite sure what Moreno's. What they're going to do with Moreno next season, because he's a number 6 as well. I know we played him up front towards the end of last season. He played about 8 games, I think. Was it about 8 games up front for us? Didn't do too bad. Arriving late in the he played like a false 9, didn't he? Didn't play. We're getting a completely different forward in Gyökeres. I mean, Havertz was a false 9. Jesus was a box player, a 9, but he wasn't really, was he? He didn't score a lot of goals, and he admitted that he doesn't score a lot of goals. But he did used to drag the defence about and create space for other players, arriving late like a false 9 or a 10. But he was good. He used to drift off wide. He used to pull defences apart. But I mean, I think he's had it, to be fair. I'll be very surprised if we see him play football again, let alone play for Arsenal again. Gabriel Jesus. It's not nice to say it, but that's what I think anyway. Let's just catch up with the chat. John Davis is saying a very good player can score goals and free kicks. Who are you talking about now? John Zubimendi or Norgard? A bargain and a pass of the ball as high. Is Lawrence? Hello, Lawrence. How are you doing, sir? Hope you're well. even if Arteta gets all the signings we need in this window, I still want him out. Only way I change my opinion of him is if we win the quadruple for the next 5 years. Wow, Lawrence, we're stuck with him, bruv. We're stuck. We're stuck with him. Doesn't matter how much you want him out. We're stuck with him for at least this season, anyway. We say, I mean, if we get the Rodrigo, we're definitely going to get Gyökeres and the others. So like I keep mentioning the names of Eze and whoever else. If we get all them players, they spend all that money and he still draws a blank, then they might fire the bullet at him. They might get rid of him, but I can't see it. They love him, don't they? They've God knows why, but they love him there, and we're stuck with him. Look at the start of his career. He was backed. He was given time. Not like Unai Emery. 18 months he lasted, Unai Emery. 18 months and they never backed him. Look at the first, what was it? We finished 8th twice in his first 2 seasons. Was it 8th, 5th? 8th, 5th, wasn't it? And then 3 seconds. So, he's got us into the top 4 and, that's Wenger's fault. That, like saying the top 4 was like winning the trophy, getting Champions League football. Gyökeres is very good in the air. They're saying that. Listen, John. They're saying he can't hit the ball. They're saying that he can't. He doesn't score headers. But I mean, who cares if he can't score headers? I said that earlier on. We've got players that can hit the ball. We've got tall players. He can score with left and right foot, mate. That's all we need. And he's a finisher. He's not going to get 1-on-1 with a goalkeeper and hit it wide like fucking Havertz done God knows how many times. Or a ball fizzes across the goal line and he misses out. And Gyökeres finishes them. Gyökeres buries them, bro. Oh, John's talking about, no, God. Lawrence, I'll give Arteta 1 more season, mate. And let's see. There's a lot of people they're not happy. They're not happy. Arteta is Guardiola 2.0. He'd love to be. He'd love to be. He can't lace his boots, mate. He couldn't lace his boots. John Murray, if we get off to a shit start next season, I expect him to be gone by the beginning of October. I don't think we will. Listen, we get these players, Lawrence. I don't know what it is, man. I've just got a feeling about this season. I have. I mean, I want Arteta out as well. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm not an Arteta sexual. I'm not an Arteta inner. I mean, I'm not happy with Arteta. Really and truly, I'm not. But we're stuck with him. But I've got a feeling this year, mate, that we've got this Gyökeres deal was just fucking made me fucking elate. It really has, and the links of Rodrigo and Gyökeres says he wants Arsenal. We're getting him. He's taking a €2 million pay cut to facilitate the deal. Rodrigo's going to put in a transfer request and says he's open to Arsenal. If we get Rodrigo, oh mate, if Arteta fucks it up with them players, then he deserves. He sacked himself. Surely to God. Miss Molina in the chat. How you doing, Miss Molina? Long time no see. Or even after Christmas. Yes, they kept him. John Moran, how many more years do we give this clan before people realise that he's the problem at our club? Yeah, well, I mean, he is a problem at the club. He's a narcissist, isn't he? He thinks he knows it all. He knows better than everybody else. He does. And there's a lot of frustration with a lot of fans. There really is. And I'm one of them. Yeah, too many injuries, Jesus, John. I'm one of them. I mean, he's not really. Do you know what I think? I think as a coach, Arteta's probably a great coach, But as a manager, like a manager, manage the players, manage the team, a tactician. Yeah, he's got nothing, mate. He's a one-trick pony. He's a one-trick pony. He can't adapt. He can't adapt in game. I mean, he does like for like substitutions, and sometimes it's not good enough because the players replacing the player who's substituting off. There's been times when it's not been as good, and it's not they've not brought that player on to adapt to anything. He's brought that player on just for a like for like. He wouldn't change that 4-3-3 formation, apart from when we didn't have the ball and it was a 4-4-2 drop in the 4-4-2, but then it was a 4-4-3, and that formation for me hasn't, although we did manage to scrape second place, but we miles behind Liverpool last year. The 4-2-3-1 formation the year before, look how close we come. And it's only because we was up against Man City that we didn't win the league. The 2 years before that, it's only Man City, the juggernaut and the fucking monstrous, absolute mad, greatest team in the world. We was up against them, and that was the only reason why we couldn't win that league, especially the year before last, when it was only 2 points in it or something, weren't it? I mean, it was, oh God, it was. It was that break in Dubai, and then after Christmas, weren't it? And that break that we had, and I was fuming. I went mad about it, and I said, how can you reward them players with warm weather training in the winter break? Look at us fans. We have to fucking go to work every day, breaking our backs, working in the freezing cold to pay our fucking hard-earned money to go and watch that shower of fucking shit, buy the merchandise, all that. I was going off alarming about it. They come back from that warm weather training and they just went fucking mental. They smashed West Ham 5-0. They won some other games. They scored plenty of goals. They reinvigorated, rejuvenated that team, and they nearly won the league. They nearly won the league, and this season didn't work as well, did it? Hey, we didn't. We went to Dubai again. It didn't work as well. John Rowan, too many injuries. I think over his career, he's been as much injured as he has fit. He has. Who's a good penalty taker, John? Are you talking about Jesus? Or Gyökeres? Gyökeres, mate. Listen, he scored. I see it, and I can't remember. It's like over 2 seasons in all competitions, like 98, 97, 98 goals in 102, 100 and whatever it is. It's mental. It's almost a goal a game in ratio. It's almost a goal a game in ratio that he scored for Sporting Lisbon. It's mental. It's the most prolific striker in Europe over the last 2 years, man. Money will be down on Arsenal. What? Money will be down on Arsenal to win the league. A lot of people will punt on Arsenal. Oh, you're going to back on. Oh, you're going to put your money on Arsenal to win the league. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, what price would they be? I mean, it might be worth, if you're going to do that, to do it before we sign all these players. You might get a better price, but I don't back Arsenal. I never bet on Arsenal. If I have a football bet, I always leave them out. I don't care who we're playing. I don't care if we're playing fucking teams in League Two, in the cup. I will still not back Arsenal to win. I leave them out of all my bets, and I always have. Always have. I feel like I'm going to bock them if I put my money on them. Luca Talks Dons in the chat. How you doing, Luca? So happy we got Gyökeres. Luca Talks Dons. MK Dons fan, got his own channel. Arsenal fan as well. Does some Arsenal content. Well, used to do some Arsenal content. I'm not sure. Luca, do you still do Arsenal content as well? If you do, big yourself up, bro. But I know you're a vlogger for MK Dons, and it does a lot of MK Dons content as well. If we get Rodrigo, Eze, Gyökeres, we will win the league. Oh, please God, please, please God, we get them all. I swear, them three players right there. It does. If we don't win the league buying them three players, then you have. I'm looking at Arteta anyway, but I mean, then the board have got to look at him because that right there, we're looking. Rodrigo's going to cost about 75 million. Gyökeres, I'm not sure. What was Gyökeres going to cost? 70, about 70, 65, something like that. Eze's going to be about the same. I mean, that's like nearly 200 fucking million on them three players. And, that'd take the spending to over $1 billion, wouldn't it, for Arteta? Yeah, it does. Don't you find it ironic that when Zubimendi turned Arteta down a year ago, Arteta signed Moreno as a plan B option? Now that Arteta's got who he originally wanted, where does that leave Moreno? Yeah, Moreno. I did say that earlier, Lawrence. Where does that? How does he feature in the plans now? Well, I mean, keep him on the bench. We're all moaning about the squad not having enough strength in depth. We'll keep him on the bench. We're gonna have to keep him on the bench, man, because that keeps strength in depth. And on the bench, then Zinchenko's still at the club. He's cover for left back and midfield. Keep him on the bench. I want Odegaard on the bench. I want Eze to take Odegaard's place. Rich99 in the chat. How you doing, Richie? Big up, mate. Big up the chat. Everyone smash the likes. Yeah, smash the likes. I haven't asked it. I haven't asked that question. Asked that favour yet for you to smash the like button, but smash the like. Smash the fucking granny out of that like button. Smash the fucking bollocks out of it for me. Richie99's got an Arsenal channel as well. Go and subscribe to him. Go and check his channel out. He does some good content. I've seen a couple of his lives today as well. I see a couple of them, Rich. He does some good content. He's a funny guy. Great channel. Go and check him out, Arsenal fans. Lawrence, go and check him out, man. You'll like his channel. And you, John Ronan there. John's an Arsenal. Go and check out Richie99 Arsenal's channel. Just type that in, you'll see him. Yes, we need Tottenham to beat Manchester City that night. Jamie O'Hara with a City shirt. Oh, mate, do you remember that? Jamie O'Hara wearing that Man City shirt. He ought to be ashamed of himself. And see, Tottenham fans should disown him. He wore fucking Man City shirt that day. Man City was at White Hart Lane. And when Son broke through and was going to score, they was praying that they'd miss. Even some of the Tottenham fans in the ground were doing the Poznan celebration dance. Now when they turn around and jump up and down like the Man City fans do. Tottenham fans were doing that. Gosh, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. Surely. And Jamie O'Hara, how could you take that guy seriously? It's like football's very tribal. Football's tribal. You do not wear another team shirt. The only other shirt you wear is your nation, the England shirt, or from whatever country you're from. You wear that shirt. I would never dream of wearing another Man United or Liverpool, or definitely not a Spurs shirt. That I'd rather hang myself. But I wouldn't wear another shirt. No way, no chance in the world. And he done it on Talk Sport with Jason Cundy, Jamie O'Hara, and it was on YouTube because it was Talk Sport's a radio channel, but it's filmed on YouTube as well. And he was going, yeah, when Tottenham lost. It was disgusting. Absolute filth. Filth of a man, filth of a fan as well. Yes, yeah. Lee, I just heard that because of our recent transfer history with Chelsea, Arsenal are now ditching North London. I saw that, Lawrence. I saw that. Did you put that on Instagram? I saw that. They're gonna sing "Blue Is the Colour" instead of North London Forever. Oh, that was funny. Yeah, this Madawaki deal always got me worried because it worries me about if you buy a Madawaki for a backup for Saka, we was all moaning about not having a backup for Saka for 2 or 3 years. Where's Saka's backup? Where is it? Where have we got decent backup or competition for Saka? But last season, not only Miles Lewis Skelly, burst onto the scene, so did Ethan Waneri. Ethan Waneri's he can play on the right and cutting on his left foot. He scored a couple of goals like it, 2 or 3 goals, maybe more like it last season when he was covering for Saka. But he can play in the 10 as well. And why he wasn't used to cover for Odegaard, I can't understand it. It's another frustrating reason, another frustrating thing that annoys me about Mikel Arteta as well. Why didn't he use Martinelli through the middle up front last season when we never had a striker? Martinelli can play through the middle. He chose a number 6 in Moreno instead. Yeah, Arteta, it's like he hasn't got a clue. But, we're saying that as fans, man. What do we really know? What do we really know? He's got his badges. He's played the game. He's been an assistant for Pep. He's been around the fucking mill, isn't he? He's been our manager for 5.5 years. He's at the training ground every day. I know it's fucking sounds like a broken record, but we keep moaning about Arteta. But would we moan about him as if we'd be able to do a better job than him? And obviously we wouldn't. But a better manager would, a more experienced, a serial winner. We could have had Ancelotti when he went to Everton. We should have got a manager like that. We should have got an Ancelotti instead of getting like a project manager. So he's done his apprenticeship at Arsenal, and this is what's so frustrating about it. I get it from all the fans. Like, I get the frustration because I feel it myself as well. I wouldn't lose any sleep if we sacked him tomorrow. I wouldn't lose any sleep whatsoever. Absolutely not. But there'd be a meltdown. What? You're talking about? Look what he's done for your club. He's brought you back to where we should be. He's brought us back to where we should be. He can't get us over the line. And what we want is to get over the line. That's it. That is it. We want to get over the line. I mean, would they don't suffer it for long at Chelsea. They sack their managers if they don't meet their requirements. Man United do it. Man City haven't had to do it because they've got Pep, the greatest manager there's probably ever been. There's a lot of clubs like Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. These clubs are bigger than the managers and the players. The clubs are more important. The only thing that's more important than the actual club itself is the fans. And when a club knows that, they act. And clubs like Bayern Munich, the Real Madrid, even Chelsea, Man United, they know the fans are unhappy. They sack the fucking manager, mate. They do. They do it because they want to appease the fans. And I don't think the Arsenal board really care as much about the fans as what they pretend. I don't. 5-2 second favourites. Liverpool 11. You never had odds like this. Look at the odds for winning the Premier League. Arsenal 5-2, Liverpool 11-10. I mean, it's not an horse race, right? It's not a horse race. What are these odds? I mean, I remember the odds were like 5, 6, 7 to ones, like back like a few years ago for the big clubs. They was never this short. 5-2, 2.5 to 1. That is. That's nearly even money. 11-10. It's fucking ridiculous. Yep, I agree. O'Hara makes me sick, and he should not be a pundit. Pathetic. Well, yeah, absolutely, John. Absolutely, bro. Uh, our fans are now quite happy with Gyökeres, but guaranteed this club and Arteta will bring a negative, either a Medawaki or a. This is what I'm terrified about, Rich. I'm terrified about this. And when we leave it, and Medawaki coming in. I said it earlier. All we're doing is funding Chelsea's fucking bid for Mohamed Kudus if we buy this geezer for 50 million. We've got this backup for Saka. Is there already. He's at the club. He's homegrown. He's home fucking grown. Give him a new deal. Promise him more fucking game time. I mean, he performed better than the Odegaard last season. If we keep him as cover for Odegaard, for Saka, and let him play like a few games instead of Odegaard, and we've got an Eze there. It's all competition. It's all healthy competition. It's going to be like having two teams soon. If we keep these players and buy the upgrades on last season's team, we buy the Eze, to get the Morgan Rogers, get the Rodrigos, get these players in. We're not going to buy 7 or 8 players. I know that. I understand it, right? So, I mean, I might be overthinking it. But come on, man. This is good. We was promised Arsenal going big because they let us down in January as well. We're going big in the summer. Goosebumps. We get excited. Be excited. Come on. Come on, then. Getting this deal over the line, the Gyökeres one, is going to happen. Let's hope we get the Rodrigo. Let's hope. But listen, the other day we was linked. I see links to Anthony Gordon from Newcastle. I mean, if the Rodrigo one is untenable, Anthony Gordon, mate, another English player, English international. Brilliant fucking left winger. Brilliant left winger. That's his position, though. In my opinion, he doesn't play anywhere else. Bang, left winger. That's me. That's where I play. Not like Martinelli could play on the right and through the middle, Trossard in the 10 and on the right as well. No versatility there. Anthony Gordon would be your fucking winger, mate. You're proper. That's all. That's it. That's all I do. That's my job. My job. To me, that would be a good signing as well, man. That would be a good signing as well. 77 million Gyökeres. Yeah, well, I mean, there's going to be add-ons as well, John. I don't know if that includes the add-ons, but there is going to be add-ons. We are funding Chelsea's window every season. Leo, I wouldn't be surprised if Arteta gets us to pack our bags and move into Stamford Bridge to play our own games. It seems that we seem to love Chelsea rejects, don't we? All these incoming signings should have been done after we beat Chelsea in the 2020 Cup final, and not 5 years later. Was that the game when I can't remember if it was a Cup final, but it was against Chelsea when Martinelli picked the ball up from our own half and run like deep in our own half and run basically the length of the pitch, run and just scored. Was that a Cup final? Or was the Cup final? No, the Cup final was in. Wasn't that Aubameyang that scored the winner? Oh man, my brain's gone. Let me know, Lawrence. Was it Aubameyang that scored the winner in that game? And that was another game I'm thinking of with Martinelli. It might be another game. Chelsea dagger. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Yeah, well, listen, this has been a decent little show. I've been able to keep talking for over an hour on my own. So this is going to be. I'm going to do these shows. This is. So if you don't know what it's called, it's called the Cockney Gooner, which is me unfiltered. All right. There's no guess. It's just me. There's no script. I'm not reading off a script. I'm speaking from my mind. I'm speaking from the heart as well. And I can't remember what the third thing was now. What was it? I've got it on the pun now. Was it no guess, no script, just the truth. I think that was it. I think that's what I put on there. Yeah, so I'm just speaking the truth from my heart, you know, and that is it. This is what this show's about, and it's a Q&A as well. It's a Q&A. I used to do questions answered live, and I used to do like a YouTube live of them, you know, not a landscape, a vertical live stream, questions answered live. There is a playlist on my channel somewhere about it with that in it. But I mean, I'm going to do them this way now. I'm going to save up the questions that I'm asked instead of answering them straight away on a vertical. I'm going to save them up for the nights that I do this show, and I'm hoping to make it a regular thing. But I just want to see the feedback before I commit to it. But I might do it every Sunday night. I will do it because I've got a podcast on a Thursday as well, so it needs to be spaced out a bit. I don't want to drive everyone mad and do content every single live content every day. Or, you see what I mean? And like people think, oh, it's him again. Oh, fucking hell. He's only speaking the same thing over and over again. I don't want to get repetitive either. So I'm gonna space it out. I'll either do a Sunday or a Monday night show. This show, and obviously every Thursday it's the Red Report with Anthony and sometimes Lawrence. And I had my brother on last week, so I'm going to rotate the guests as well. So that'd be great. It'd be me and Anthony on the Red Report and another guest, and I'm going to rotate it and see who wants to come on there. But this is for me only. This one. This is the Cockney Gooner Unfiltered. Nolly, that was at Stamford Bridge in the league. Abba scored both goals. Yeah. Bamian scored the goals in the cup final. Yeah, that's right. And that was at Stamford Bridge when he broke through from. He was deep in their half, or just sort of in the halfway in our half, and he picked the ball up and he run all the way down the other end of the pitch and scored. Fucking brilliant. He was playing through the middle that day. I don't understand why Arteta hasn't never used him once playing through the middle that I can remember anyway. Not once. Anyway, listen, guys, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you in the chat. You kept me talking. You kept the show going because I wasn't sure how this was going to go. But yes, appreciate it. And I will be seeing you all soon. Don't forget on your way out, so you can like on the video for me if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you like the content. It's the best way to support the channel because it just gets it out to other people, gets other viewers in, and that's what I need, other viewers. So I appreciate everybody. Good night. God bless, and I'll see you soon.